This is 93.7 Faith FM, your inspiration station, with Pat and Josh, 13 after 8 o'clock. And Josh, we first of all want to welcome a very special guest with us today.
Two.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Two very special guests.
How could I forget?
Exactly. We welcome today in studio Jackie Gori and her service dog, Samson.
All right.
Hi.
Good morning. Welcome. Oh, you did that very well. All right. Well, is this a new thing for you, being on the radio?
Absolutely.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, that means you might have a shout out to do.
I do. I am probably the luckiest daughter in the whole world because my mummy and daddy, all the way from South Africa, have tuned in to Faith FM.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, we'll say hi to Mom and Dad in South Africa.
Yeah, good morning. Well, it wouldn't be morning over there,
no,
would it?
What is it over
It'd
there?
be afternoon.
Afternoon.
Nearly
Right.
dinner time.
What you having for dinner? Oh, wait, they can't answer back.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, so that means we have 3 African listeners that we know of. Listeners in Africa. Mm-hmm. Right? Because Mark Foss listens there as well from Lubango. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you were from South Africa originally?
I was born in South Africa.
Okay, I could sort of tell.
Yes.
Because now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, is that all right? Well, listen, now we are chatting with you because you are part of this book that we're actually giving away this week.
Mm-hmm, on Bible Buzz.
Yeah, called In Service, Portraits of Dogs That Change Lives. And we first met you during our fundraiser. You came in and donated some prizes for our fundraiser. And you had Samson with you, the service dog that is now looking very comfortable on the floor here in the studio. And I just said, Jackie, would you mind telling me what is Samson's role? What does he do? What's his job? And
Well,
you told us one of the most fascinating stories.
Yes.
Do you mind sharing that now?
Not at all.
Okay.
Well, about 3 years ago, I started to have symptoms of depression and anxiety, and eventually they escalated to thoughts of self-harm and suicide, and there is really no shame in that at all. It's just an illness. Basically, my brain chemistry was a bit off, and so eventually they escalated to the point where I was going to start setting a date, and that's obviously the point where you really should reach out for help, and there is that help out there. As I say, there's no shame about it. The first thing that goes through your mind is, I'm the only one that suffers from this, but you're not, and you just reach out for help. I was lucky that I had a supportive husband and a great family doctor who knew exactly what to do. So they put me in a 3-prong approach, which was medication. First, get your brain chemistry sorted out. Secondly, a good Christian counselor that can help you repattern those thoughts. And thirdly, a service dog, which is what Samson is for me. So he is a trained psychiatric service dog. And basically what happens with me is serotonin is the happy hormone. And I have very low levels of serotonin. And so the medication usually holds me steady, but sometimes my serotonin has a really sharp drop. And Samson, serotonin has a smell. And yes, it does. I don't know what it smells like, maybe bacon. But anyway, so so Samson is trained to scent for those low levels of serotonin. And when he smells that, he jumps up and he comes and nudges me in the face. And then he brings me the scriptures, the Bible verses of hope that kind of re-ground me back to the present and remind me that I have a purpose and that God is with me. And then he does what we call a flop, which is deep pressure therapy, and it's again a grounding technique, and he won't budge out of that flop until my serotonin has reset. And really? All of that is a reminder that God is in control and God has got my back, and it can only be a loving God that gave me such an incredible gift of Samson, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
amazing.
Yeah.
Hold on. And so we're giving this book away on Bible Buzz that you've illustrated here, and you're hoping to raise $20,000 for national service dogs Jackie, what can you tell us about, or tell us how you're going about this project?
Yeah, well, God was so gracious to me to help me through this and, to carry on my recovery, that how could I not say thank you to God? So I was sitting in church one day and just saying to God, what can I do to help people like me who have an invisible disability? And God gave me an idea of this project where I'm an artist, and he gave me this idea where I could use my talents to draw portraits of service dogs, which is my passion, and Nancy Silcox, who is such a talented author, really well known, and she does all her books for charity. She never draws a salary, and so we donated our time to create this book of portraits by myself and the stories of those dogs by Nancy Silcox, and so it's all put together in this book. The book only costs $20, and we're hoping to raise $20,000 with that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So you're an artist then.
I'm an artist.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. No, we've seen these drawings.
They're
amazing.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Now, people get a chance to actually meet you, right? You're going to be available at a couple places.
Absolutely.
Where they can actually pick up this book.
Yes. So I'm doing a free informative talk at Kitchener Public Library on Thursday, January 25th at 7 p.m. You need to register for that, please, just so that they can know how many people are coming. And at that event, I'll be doing actually a demonstration of how Samson gets me back out of zoning out. So that'll be really interesting.
Okay,
and then,
I was just going to say, when you mentioned that he does flop, like what does that actually mean?
It means he literally throws his body over mine and he stays there until I come back to the present. So, it's called deep pressure therapy.
Yeah.
So he uses his body as a weight.
Wow.
Basically, yes.
Okay.
And he is quite weighty.
Well, yeah.
He's a good-sized dog.
He's a good, strong boy, yeah.
And then the other place you can get the book is I have a book signing at Wren's Pet Depot in Kitchener on January 27th, and that's from 11 till 3. And there'll be lots of National Service Dog puppies, so you'll get to come and pat puppies.
Oh, wow. Who doesn't want to do that?
Nice.
Maybe even have a photograph taken with puppies.
And that's over there on Victoria Street, right? The Kitchener one, yeah.
Absolutely.
Nice.
All right. Now, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, how could our listeners get involved with this project, Jackie?
Well, first of all, depression, anxiety, suicide is so on the rise at the moment, and January, February are just probably the worst months for sufferers. So first of all, you can buy the book.
Yes.
And then maybe we are hoping to get this into schools as well to make it more aware of what people can get and just give people more of an educational tool. So we are looking for a company maybe to sponsor books to get into school libraries. So that is another way you can get involved. Yes.
Okay. Now, if people want to contact you, what's the best way to do that?
Well, they can contact me via JacquelineGori.com. That's my website. Or they can go straight to National Service Dogs website, which is www.nsd.on.ca.
Okay.
And, so those are the two ways they can contact me.
All
Excellent.
Right. Fascinating.
Yeah, and if you find yourself in trouble, there are, as you mentioned, there's places to get the help that's needed.
Absolutely. Is there something being posted somewhere about all the different numbers that you can call?
Oh, I know they were talking about doing that.
Yeah, there are lots of different numbers.
Yeah.
Canada has such a wonderful resource that way, and more people are speaking out about this. So, it's not a shameful thing. We need to talk about it.
We do.
And make people aware that it is just an illness, just like any other illness. Yeah.
Wow. All right. And actually, the crisis services of Waterloo Region, and you can call them 24/7 at 1-844-437-3247.
Yeah, we're online. There's online counseling available at yourlifecounts.org as well.
Hey, listen, before we let Jackie Gori go, can you get Samson to speak on the radio too?
Louder. Louder. Loud.
Louder.
Loud.
Oh,
Louder.
good boy.
Oh, there he is.
Loud. Loud.
Good. There we go. That woke everybody up.
Jackie, thank you so much for coming in today. This has been an
Yes.
absolute pleasure for both Pat and I. I don't often like to speak for Pat, but I can tell it's been an absolute pleasure for both of us.
I've thoroughly enjoyed this. Yeah, because when we first met you, we said, we got to get you on the show.
It was a lot of fun.
All
Thanks.
right,
I love
excellent.
listening to you guys.
Oh,
Make me
you're too
laugh.
kind.
Yeah.
And she brought coffee in for us, too,
And
today.
Timbits.
Oh, and Timbits.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you. So that's Jacqueline Gori. And, we better find out how to spell your name, shouldn't we?
I like your nickname. That's my favorite.
Same as your son's,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Okay, we call you Jax, but
That's right. That's right. So it's JACQUELINE GORI, and that's JacquelineGori.com.
all right, excellent. Thank you, Jackie. God bless you.